Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our second part of a three-part series of a Council at Large Candidates Forum, which is sponsored by the Patterson Municipal Council, and I am Ruby N. Cotton, Council President and Councilwoman for the Patterson 4th Ward. I will be your moderator for this afternoon. The purpose of this forum is to formally present the at-large candidates in the upcoming municipality election on Tuesday, May 8, 2018, for you, the viewers and the voters, to hear their platform or views on which they are seeking to fill the office of the Council at Large. This afternoon, we are hosting 5 of the 14 at-large candidates. However, in the municipality election on May 8, 2018, you will be able to vote for 3 candidates. The candidates featured today are vying to be elected to the office of Council at Large are as follows in alphabetical orders: Douglas L Maybin, Elisa MEMS, Kenneth M McDaniel, Angela Muhammad, and K.C. Melvin. Please use this platform to familiarize yourself with the candidates as well as listen to their views. As your moderator, I will strictly enforce the time allotted to each candidate and maintain a decorum of discipline, and will intervene in the event of any deviation from the spirit and the purpose of this forum. I must ask that all candidates please show respect and courtesy to each other. The order of the forum is as under. Each candidate will have 5 minutes to present his or her opening statements in alphabetical orders. Each candidate is permitted to ask other candidates 3 questions in 1 round. The respondent candidate will have 2 minutes to respond. There will be absolutely no rebuttal by any candidate, whether you are the one asking or responding to a question. Candidate will also have 5 minutes to wrap up and give his or her closing remarks. I am accompanied today by our municipal clerk, Ms. Sonia L. Gordon, who will be our timekeeper, and 2 of her staff, Ms. Joan Campbell Douglas and Ms. Paula Ruse. Thank you for participating, and we will now begin the forum. I will begin with the first candidate, Mr. Douglas L. Maybin, who will introduce himself and present his opening remarks. Please, Mr. Maybin.
Thank you, Councilwoman Cotton. My name is Douglas L. Melvin. I'm senior pastor of First Aid Zion Church here in the city of Patterson, where I've served for the past 27 years. I believe my past and present experiences have prepared me to offer myself as a candidate for Council at Large here in the city of Patterson. For the past 10 years, I've served as Commissioner for the Passaic County Board of Social Services, presently serving as its Secretary-Treasurer. I'm also Commissioner for the Housing Authority for the city of Patterson. I'm the founder of the Board President of New Destiny Family Success Center, where for the past 12 years, we have serviced a myriad of services for nearly 1,200 families each year. We are presently the lead partner for the full-service community school at the Frank Lautenberg School, formerly known as School 6. As CEO of my church's Community Development Corporation, we converted an abandoned mill building on 19th Avenue to 19 units of affordable housing for persons with disabilities. As a National Fellow for the Ford Foundation, I partnered within Hoffman LaRoche Pharmaceuticals of Nutley to develop, implement, and administer a program for Patterson congregations that provided programs and activities that strengthen families. In collaboration with the Patterson Task Force for Community Action, I managed a grant program from the Robert Woods Foundation called Faith in Action, which provided volunteer services for elderly and disabled persons of our city. I have a BS degree in Industrial Management and Technology, a Master's of Divinity degree, and earned a Doctorate of Ministry from Hartford Seminary. I'm a professionally trained community organizer, understanding the importance of unifying people around common goals and ultimately helping people build power that brings about change. Like many of my colleagues seeking to serve in one of the 3 council seats at large on May 8th, I want to see our city council and administration working together on a common vision for a better Patterson. I want to see our city doing those things that best represents the citizens of Patterson. That's why I chose as my designation, putting the people of Patterson first. As an elected official, we are not to serve our interests or to promote our own desires, but we're elected to represent and serve the people who voted us into office. If you elect me, Douglas L. Maybin, I vow to do just that. I have no agenda but the people's agenda. I make no promises to do things that I do not have the authority to deliver. The best any one of us can do is to listen, hear your voice, know your concerns, and do all within our power to make your voices and desires known and heard throughout the legislative process, and by holding ourselves and the administration accountable to the people who they elected to serve. For all my adult life, I have been nothing more than a servant, whether behind the pulpit, sitting on a community board, or organizing people for social change. I'm a servant. Your concerns are my concerns, your issues are my issues, the crime and violence, the need for recreation for our children and youth, the tax burden on homeowners, the need for economic development and revitalization, the struggle for our seniors, and how essential it is to recast the negative image of Patterson and restore it as a viable place where people want to come. I believe Patterson's best days are yet to come, and I want to help make those days possible. I believe I can help to make those days possible, and I ask you to trust me with your vote. Together, we will make that day possible. I am Reverend Douglas L Maybin, Row 2B on the ballot. I ask for your vote, I ask for your support, that we put the people of Patterson first. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Melvin. I would now introduce our second candidate, Mr. Kenneth McDaniel, who will introduce himself and present his opening remarks. Mr. McDaniel.
Thank you, Council President, and greetings to everyone in the city of Patterson. My name is Ken McDaniel. I am a former city councilman. In 2012, I was elected in a special election to complete the term started by our current Assemblyman, Benji Wimberly. I have not been on the council since 2014. I am looking to return to the council in an effort to bring leadership, experience, and know-how to the council and serve the citizens of Patterson. In Patterson, my work in the community is known. I participate with an organization called the Brothers of Patterson, where we have hosted a lot of events throughout the city of Patterson, serving our entire community. I participate with my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, raising money for scholarships for children, young people in the city of Patterson. I've also worked with Ceasefire organization. I'm currently the president of the Passaic County Sheriff's Community Committee, and I have an internet radio show called The Urban Renaissance, where we discuss issues and topics related to Patterson and our entire country. What I bring to the table in this particular election is my experience and my background on the City Council. While on the City Council, I had the opportunity to do a lot of work with resolutions, ordinances, and changing the way things work here in the city of Patterson. One of the biggest accomplishments, I believe, that has taken place in the last 20 or so years is the current hotspot legislation. And I was instrumental in working on that legislation when I participated with the Public Safety Committee on Patterson's Municipal Council. I have a plan for Patterson that I encourage folks to reach out to me. I'll give my number. It is 973-910-0750. And in this plan, when I send it to you, I can bring it to your home or send you a digital copy. In this plan, I talk about things like an audit, which I am in favor of for our city government. We need to get our finances under control. I talk about exploring different avenues to bring recreational programs for our youth and even our seniors. I talk about economic growth that we desperately need here in the city of Patterson. I also talk about my ideas for public safety, which is probably the most important thing that will help us bring in revenue, help us attract new businesses. I talk about community engagement, public administration, and I close my plan out with a program that I am designing to help Patterson individuals, residents of the city of Patterson, become homeowners, where the municipal government will help us to become homeowners. And we do everything in this program, from helping you finance the home, helping you rehab the home, and watching the entire process from point A all the way to Z. And I believe that is what we need. We need to rebuild our city one parcel at a time. My name is Ken McDaniel. I am row 7B on your ballot. On May 8th, I'm asking you to vote for leadership and experience. Vote for me, Ken McDaniel, row 7B.
Thank you, Mr. McDaniel. We will now have our third candidate, Mr. Casey Melvin, who will introduce himself and present his opening remarks. Mr. Melvin, please.
Yes, thank you, Council President. I want to say good afternoon to all the viewers that are watching this presentation. My name is Casey Melvin. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Patterson. I'm also a business owner. I've been in business since 1994, so for 24 years, I'm a self-employed business owner in the city of Patterson. I have a barbershop. The barbershop is called Simply the Best. And in the past 24 years, we have employed well over 60 to 90 people and provided them with an opportunity to take care of their families. I'm also what many may consider a community activist. I'm well engaged in my community. My community is my passion. For the past 23 years, I was a part of an event that's held every year in Montgomery Park called the Day of the Babies. This event is a back-to-school event which provides education, opportunities. We give out school supplies, book bags, entertainment, as well as prizes and trophies for young individuals in the community, and we've been supported by various groups and organizations. And this event was sponsored by the finances of average people, average community people. I've also been a part of the Patterson Public School System. I was the president of the Parent Leadership Alliance, which is an executive parent group that superseded and supervised all the activities of the smaller parent groups for approximately 4 years. The Parent Leadership Alliance, composed of different parents from different schools in the Patterson Public School District, was a driving force in the implementation of school uniforms. The school uniform policy could not be a policy initiated by the district, so it was required that a parent group initiate that, and I was part of that group that made that school uniform policy accepted by the district. I participated in activities with several organizations in government, the Passaic County Sheriff's Department, the Patterson Police Department, and the Probation Department. I provided training, mentorship, and support to individuals who were involved with the justice system. Going into my platform and the reason why I'm running, which I believe is very important. For more than half my life, I've been a participant in trying to make our city be seen in a better light and investing in human development. Not necessarily, I hear a lot about economic development, but I think that our city is not being judged by the intangible things, but we're being judged by our humanity. So if I'm elected in office, I want to participate in developing our human capital. I want to provide economic opportunity on the highest level, not just renting and low blue-collar jobs, but I want to provide high-paying positions of job opportunities. I want to provide home ownership, and I've been an advocate for that for quite some time. I believe that government was designed to help the people. It was designed for the people, to benefit the people, and I don't think that's being done at its fullest extent. So if I'm elected, if you guys can support me, I will do my best to make the people my priority. That is my slogan. I live by that. I stand by that. I'm a common person. I'm approachable. I'm innovative, I'm a new and fresh face, I'm not part of the status quo, and I'm here to make absolute change. My name is KC Melvin. My number on the ballot is 8B. So I would appreciate not only your support, but your family member support, and I'll guarantee you that I'll do my best to make our city proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Melvin. Our fourth candidate that we have is Elisa MEMS, who will introduce herself and present her opening remarks. Ms. MEMS.
Thank you so much, Council President, to our city clerk, and to our fellow candidates that are running for council at large. My name is Elisa MEMS. I am 3B on the ballot. Let me just tell you a little bit about who I am. I've lived in Patterson all of my life. I grew up in the 4th Ward, I've lived in the 2nd Ward, I've lived in the 1st Ward, and I live in the 3rd Ward, and my church is in the 5th. I am a pastor in the city as well. I'm a single mother of 4 children, and I have 2 grandchildren. I went through the Patterson public school systems, graduating from School 21. I went to Patterson Catholic for 2 years, and then I went to Eastside High School. I graduated in 1987 and was a part of the Eastside Marching 100, where we marched on the fields of the Hinchcliffe Stadium, which is in desperate need of repair. I went downtown to Passaic County Community College, where I received my associate's in marketing. I have a bachelor's degree in marketing from the University of Phoenix. I have my master's in religious studies and my doctorate in ministry, a part of my pastoral experience. Alongside of that, I have a project management certificate from the George Washington University. I've been a corporate executive for the last 27 years. I was in the cable industry, then I worked in Bell Atlantic, which is now known as Verizon. I was there, I helped to be a part of the development of the Fios product. I worked in the engineering department, so I dealt with finance, engineering, operational efficiency, organizational leadership, project management, acquisition, cost, and branding. I also, in the community, I've been a school board commissioner. I was elected in 2014. I served my term, and my term ended in December of 2017. I helped to ensure that cursive writing was returned, make sure there were teachers in every classroom, there were nurses in every building. We ensured that when parents came to the microphone, that we had a parent survey form or parent recap and follow-up form, so that after the parents left the microphone, we followed up to ensure that their voices were not only heard, but their issues were dealt with. I am currently the vice chair of the Economic Development Board for the City of Patterson. I've learned many things about economic development, how to increase our ratables, and to ensure that the residents and the City of Patterson are first. I also have a background where I do a lot of community service in our community. I serve as a pastor in the city. I've been pastoring for the last 9 years. I've been in ministry for 28 years. I'm not new, a new face to this city. I've been here for 48 years, and I've been advocating and fighting. I've been a voice for you. I've been ears for you. I've been eyes for you. I've been there at the hospitals when there were shootings. I've been there at the funerals where I eulogize. I was there as a counselor for your children, for families, for our seniors, making sure that our seniors were provided with resources and opportunities to go on trips and all different kinds of activities. Let's talk about my plan. For months, it's been over 8 months, I developed a 39-page plan. It's called the Better Plan, and that's what we're looking to move towards, a better Patterson. BETTER is the acronym for the plan, and BETTER stands for building a foundation for the embetterment of Patterson. The E stands for engaging the community. The T is for transformative thought leadership. The other T is for transparent and accountable government. The other E stands for enabled services, and the R stands for responsive enforcement. It is time for Patterson to move forward. I am running for this position because I believe I have the experience, I have the education, and I have the passion to ensure that the residents and the City of Patterson are first. You can look at my plan. It's on my website, www.tmems.com. You can visit me at my headquarters. It is located 247 Broadway, right across the street from the library. You can also call me. My number is 973-902-1957. I would love to meet with you. I would love to greet with you and also eat with you. My name is Elisa MEMS. I am running to ensure that we put the residents in the City of Patterson first. I believe the time is now for a change. It is time for a fresh wind. It is time for unity and strength so that Patterson will be known for its strengths versus its weaknesses. It's time for Patterson to be rebranded, remarket it, and re-strategize to ensure that we're moving in the right direction, and that direction is forward. My name is Elisa MEMS. I'm 3B on the ballot. I'm asking for your vote from yourself, from your friends, your families, and your neighbors, and anyone that you come in contact. When you vote for someone that walks in integrity, honesty, and leadership to move this city forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Mims. We will now have our fifth candidate, Ms. Angela Muhammad, who will introduce herself and present her opening remarks. Ms. Muhammad, please.
Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, Council President, City Clerk, staff. I'd like to thank the residents, and most of all, I'd like to thank God for this opportunity. Assalamu alaikum, that simply means, may peace be unto you all. And I open up Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and I open up with the help of God, because I truly believe we cannot do anything without God. I am Sister Angela Muhammad. I'm a lifelong resident of the city of Patterson. I offer the city, my skills, my talents, and my genuine care and concern as the possible next council person at large. My vision is simply a union of ethical business administration joined with genuine care and concern for community development. Being certified in government economic policy, I'm able to go into legislative decision with a keen eye and knowledge of how to run a successful municipality. As a certified tax preparer, I understand tax law and what exemptions the city can benefit from. I've managed 2 businesses for a total of 27 years, overseeing accounts payable, accounts receivable, and all company expenses. As a manager for a transportation company, my duties included contracting and bidding, insurance claims and adjustment, and mainly to stay out of the red, which we all know is to stay from a deficit. I maintain an ethical business which benefited the company that I work with. It also built a trust with the company's clientele. Because I believe in business that there should be a moral standard, and that's what I plan to bring, moral character to business for Patterson. Which leads me to my studies for community development. Beyond contracts, because we can talk about numbers all day, but we're dealing with lives and we're dealing with people. So contracts that should benefit our city, but I really want to personally push for 4 possible community centers for all 4 areas, North, South, East, and West Patterson, that not just deal with sport and play. We have a population here in Patterson that's illiterate, and it transcends ages. So these community centers should be offering education for all levels. We have so much untapped talent in Patterson that we can use. So me being certified in psychology also, I know that the city's residents have a need to be healed through counseling that these community centers, again, can offer. Education, when we educate residents, we have possible employed residents. They have the potential to be employed, and employed residents, the city can benefit from. So I push education that is free for all residents via the community centers, because we need to reinvest in the residents, because that's our greatest gift. So again, I'm Sister Angela Muhammad, 13B on the ballot. I'm your sister, your servant, your friend. I have been working in the streets of Patterson since 1994 as a voice for the voiceless. I've counseled families that lost loved ones to violence, family members. When Lawrence Myers was killed by the police, I was there with his family. Up until now, I constantly am available to work with the residents and look into healing our community. I'm Sister Angela Muhammad, your sister, your servant, your friend. You can always contact me, if not through Facebook. My phone number is 973-583-1125. I am the founder of the Do It for Love Foundation, which also helps the residents gain a sense of self-examination, self-respect, and self-pride. Again, Sister Angela Muhammad, 13B on the ballot, your sister, your servant, your friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Muhammad.